Welcome to the EmpowerElle podcast. I'm your host, Vero, and I'm so excited to have you join me on this journey of empowerment and growth. This podcast is designed for ambitious, high-achieving women who are ready to break free from overwhelm and step into their power. Together, we'll explore practical strategies, share inspiring stories, and hear from experts who can help you navigate the challenges of balancing ambition and well-being. Whether you're looking to cultivate confidence, transform your mindset, enhance your leadership skills, or find harmony in your life, this is the place for you. Let's dive in. Welcome to the EmpowerElle podcast. I'm so glad that you're here to learn about something that could shift the way that you lead and live. Today's conversation is all about New Year's resolutions and why they so often fall apart, and how to finally create change that actually lasts. So take a deep breath. And let's dive in. I want to start today's conversation with a question. And I really want you to be honest with yourself here. How many New Year's resolutions have you made in your life? And how many have actually lasted more than a few weeks? Now, if your answer is not a lot, you're in very, very good company. And it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't have discipline. It's not because you just can't stick to things. It's because the way we've been taught to set resolutions is completely unrealistic. Every December and January, we get hit with this huge wave of pressure and also excitement. It's a clean slate, a fresh start, and a brand new chapter. And that energy is amazing for about 3 weeks. And then life just gets lifey again. The demands come back, the excitement fades, and the big ambitious list that we had created, the list that included waking up at 5 a.m., drinking 2 liters of water, journaling for 30 minutes, meditating, decluttering your entire house, going to the gym 5 times a week, spending more time with family, improving communication, reading every night, starting a side project, and eating well. Well, reality just hits. And the motivation that felt so strong on January 1st just goes quiet. So today we're going to talk about why that happens and what to do instead. Because you can absolutely use the new year as a moment of reflection and intention and growth. But the real key is that lasting change never comes from motivation. It comes from systems and environment and tiny consistent actions done over time. So let's break this down. I want to start with something that you have probably experienced. You wake up on January 1st feeling so excited. Maybe you have a new planner, or maybe you wrote down your goals, or maybe you cleaned your house, and everything just feels fresh. And you say to yourself, this year, I'm going to be different. But here's the truth that most people never talk about. Motivation is seasonal. It rises, it falls. It changes with your energy, your hormones, your life circumstances, your sleep, your stress level, your workload, everything. So motivation is not a strategy. It's actually a mood. But resolutions are often built entirely on motivation, not on habits, not on systems, not on support, not on structure, just on pure excitement. Which means that when life gets busy, when stress comes in, when you've had a rough day, your resolutions just collapse. Another reason that resolutions fail is that we try to change everything at once. It's this all or nothing, new year, new me mindset. So you go from barely drinking water to I'm cutting out caffeine and drinking 3 liters a day. Or from not working out to I'm doing 45 minutes every morning at 6 a.m. Or from never journaling to I'm writing a full page every night. Now those goals aren't bad. They're just too much, too big, too fast. Humans are not built for massive overnight change. We're built for slow, sustainable evolution. And if your brain feels unsafe, overwhelmed, or stretched too thin, it's going to put you right back to your old patterns. It's not personal, it's just biology. It's just how our bodies work. Now, here's the part that I love, and I hope that you love it too. The smaller the habit, the more likely it is to last. And I know it sounds counterintuitive. We think that big changes require big actions. But the truth is the opposite. Big changes come from tiny steps that are repeated over and over and over until they become part of your identity, part of who you are. If you want to be someone who exercises, your first goal should not be go to the gym for an hour. It can be put on my workout clothes at 5 p.m. or walk for 3 minutes or do 5 squats. Yes, 5. You might think, but that's too easy. That won't change anything. But that's the whole point. If it's too easy to say no to, then it's too big. And if it's so small that it almost feels silly, that's perfect. Because you won't say no to it. You're building the identity of the habit, not the intensity. And once the identity is in place, I'm someone who moves my body, then you can increase the intensity later. One of my favorite tools, and I know that many of you already love this one, is habit stacking. And it comes from James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, and it's genius. And honestly, Atomic Habits is one of my favorite books. So if you have not read it, I highly recommend that you do so. And here's how habit stacking works. Find something that you already do every single day on autopilot. Brush your teeth, make your coffee, start your car, open your laptop, take a shower, walk the dog, turn off your alarm. I think you get it. And then add a tiny habit right after it. So something like, after I brush my teeth, I'll drink a glass of water. After I open my laptop, I'll take 3 deep breaths. After I pour my coffee, I'll write 1 sentence of gratitude. After I get into bed, I'll read 1 page of a book. So stack the new habit on top of something that already exists. This is powerful because your brain doesn't need motivation. It has a cue, a trigger. It's like a built-in reminder. You're using the strength of the habit you already have to support the one that you're trying to build. And it just feels natural and gentle. And the best part is that it works. Another big piece is to make the habits ridiculously easy to start. So ask yourself, what is the tiniest, absolute easiest version of this habit? Not the perfect version, not the ideal lifestyle version, the no excuse, I can literally do this even on my worst day version. If your goal is to meditate, maybe the tiniest step is sit down and take one intentional breath. If your goal is to read more, read one paragraph. If your goal is to drink more water, fill the glass and just put it next to you. If your goal is to be more organized, set a timer for 2 minutes and tidy one surface. The magic is that once you start, once you take that tiny action, your brain often wants to continue. But even if you don't continue, you still win. Because the point is not the volume of the action, it's the consistency. Well, hello there. Yes, this is an ad inside my own podcast. And listen, if I'm interrupting your day, it's because what I'm about to tell you is actually important. If you're listening to this show, I already know something about you. You're a high-achieving woman who does everything and somehow keeps it together. I mean, at least on the outside. But underneath, every single task feels like climbing a mountain. Your brain is juggling 47 tabs. You have forgotten what dreaming feels like because you're too busy putting out fires. And honestly, at this point, you probably deserve honorary firefighter status. And here's the thing. This isn't a personality flaw. It's overwhelm. And waiting for life to slow down so you can feel like yourself again. Yeah, that plan has a 0% success rate. Ask me how I know. So let me offer you a different reality. What if you could move through your week without rushing? What if you actually had energy left, like real usable energy for your dreams? What if your life felt like it had space again? What if you could breathe deeper, move slower, accomplish more, and actually trust yourself? Well, you can. And that's exactly what I help you do inside Overwhelmed to Organized, where you will learn how to master your time and your energy. So the doors will be open from January 20th to 31st, and the spots are limited because I really want to support you closely. So if your soul just whispered, yes, if you felt that tiny flicker of hope that says, maybe life doesn't have to feel like this, then send me a message to get on the wait list or to jump in as soon as the doors open. I would love to have you inside and watch you breathe again and dream again and truly transform. All right, back to the episode. You are going to love this one. A lot of people tell me, all right, Vero, I love the idea of tiny habits, but I have a big goal, a big change that I want to make. Something that feels really important. Maybe it's a career shift. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your relationship. Maybe it's decluttering your whole house. Or maybe it's starting a business. And I get it. Big goals matter. But here's the truth. A big change is just a series of tiny habits stacked over time. So if your goal feels huge, Don't stop dreaming. Don't shrink it. Just break it down. Create a list of the micro steps inside that big goal. And then, this is the important part, only focus on one step until it becomes natural. Don't move on until your brain can do the first step with its eyes closed. Now that might take a week or a month or two, but it doesn't matter. Because remember this, speed does not determine success. Consistency does. If you take tiny steps every day, even if it takes a year, you will get further than 99% of people who go all in for 2 weeks and then quit. Because sustainable change is slow. Aligned change is slow. And that's okay. So I also want to offer you a few things to avoid this year when setting resolutions. Number 1, don't create a list of 12 things. Choose 1 to 3 max. And honestly, even 3 is a lot. Number 2, don't overhaul your entire life overnight. Your nervous system will reject that. Number 3, don't set goals based on what you should do. Choose things that feel meaningful, that are important to you, that are not performative. Number 4, don't shame yourself for not being perfect. Yes, that one's for me. You will skip days, and that is normal. And number 5, don't rely on motivation. Expect it to disappear. Instead, build systems that work. So here's what I do recommend. Pick one tiny anchor habit, something that feels supportive, something that you can do every day. Decide the smallest possible version of it, the 1-minute version, even the 10-second version. Then stack it with something that is already in your routine. So attach it to a cue. Then do it every day, even imperfectly, especially imperfectly. And celebrate consistency, not intensity. The small wins count. And then add the next tiny habit only when the first one is automatic. Habit by habit, step by step. And then watch what happens. It's slow at first, and then suddenly it's not. Suddenly, you're the person who shows up, the person with systems, the person who feels grounded instead of overwhelmed, and the person who doesn't need motivation because they've built momentum. That's real empowerment. And that's what I want for you. So as you're listening to this, whether it's January 6th when it drops, or January 20th, or even February, I want you to let go of the pressure to reinvent yourself. Instead, choose to rediscover yourself. Choose to honor your energy. Choose to make change gentle. Choose to make it doable. And choose to make it sustainable. Small, simple, consistent. Because the truth is, you don't need a new you. You just need a supported you, a resourced you, and a steady you. Change doesn't happen in big dramatic moments. It happens in tiny Tuesday afternoons when no one is watching, when you decide, I'm showing up for myself in this small way. That's the real magic of a new year. Not the motivation, not the excitement, not the big vision board. Although those are fun, the magic is in the micro moments where you honor your future self by taking the tiniest step that you can. And that is how you transform a resolution into a lifestyle. Well, thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope that this conversation helps you approach the new year with more gentleness, more clarity, and more sustainable intention. And if you're ready to take this work even deeper, to build systems, habits, and leadership from the inside out, then I would love to support you inside Overwhelmed to Organized. It's where we take everything you're learning on the podcast and personalize it to your life, your goals, and your well-being. So the doors will open on January 20th, and spots are limited. So send me a DM on Instagram at EmpowerElle to get on the waitlist. You deserve to be there. You deserve to do this for yourself. So until next time, keep choosing yourself, your vision, and your values. That is real power. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for tuning into the EmpowerElle podcast. I hope today's episode inspired you and gave you practical insights to help you navigate your journey as an ambitious, high-achieving woman. Remember, every step you take towards building your confidence and embracing your full potential is a step closer to creating the life you truly desire. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on your favorite platform. Your support helps us reach more women who are ready to step into their power and live their best lives. Don't forget to join our community on social media for more resources, tips, and inspiration. Until next time, lead with power and live with wellness. You are unstoppable.